Messing around with thermal imaging devices. As those who have been watching my videos previously, they might have noted that I have recently come into the possession of a thermal imager, or a thermal camera. And it's this particular thing, the CAT S60. And I particularly like that they put in the marketing material a picture. I think it's from the E95, and that is a $10,000 device, and this thing costs roughly $800. So if you need a thermal device, this is one of the simplest ones that there are, because this one will be always with you, as it's also a cell phone. And while the resolution, as you can see in this picture, that is of a coffee cup, is not great, but it's useful for a lot of things, but it's not exactly the high resolution that they make you believe in the marketing material. Now let's look at some of the stuff that I've done. Like, for example, here is a picture of my computer overheating, because I had a problem that my main computer would just turn off. And turns out that the particular offending piece of equipment was this particular chip, and that thing went over 65 degrees, and once it did that, my computer shut down. And once I increased airflow, that stopped happening, surprisingly enough. Now, other things that I've done are things like this time-lapse that I did with my 3D printer. And as we can see, 3D printing is a very, very thermally intensive job, because the bed has to be at a constant temperature at all times, and so does the head. And this picture also clues us in one of the weaknesses of this device. This thing can only go up to 150 degrees Celsius, and that means that anything that goes over that is just going to be white in the picture. It just shows us as over that temperature. And because of this, you can't use this for things like frying, because you can't actually measure the temperature of the oil. But for building inspection and taking pictures of cups of coffee, it'll work fine. You can also kind of see in total darkness, like in this picture, which was taken at complete darkness. So the only thing that can actually see things is the thermal imager, and at the same time we can actually see that the resolution of the thermal imager isn't really that great. There are other limitations too. For example, if someone has glasses on, you won't be able to see through them, and the same thing for windows. But yeah, as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.